Welcome to today's module on self-authoring by Jordan Peterson. You may have heard of Jordan, you may have not. Let's look at who he is. So basically, who's Jordan Peterson? He's a Canadian clinical psychologist and a professor of psychology at the University of Toronto. And he wrote an amazing book called 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos, which was worldwide bestseller in 2018. And the first thing I'll recommend is going to get that book. It really is a very, very good book. He's extremely outspoken, well liked, I guess, like most figures in public. He's very well liked, and he's also very disliked, but a very popular speaker, psychologist in the world today. And he's got some very, very strong viewpoints culturally and politically on various topics in society. But his self-authoring is his idea. From years and years of working as a psychologist, he's come up with this self-authoring program. So what if, you're probably wondering, what the hell is self-authoring? Obviously, it sounds like you're writing about yourself, and that's exactly what you're going to be doing. It's a coaching exercise to help you learn a lot about yourself in the past, present, and future. And you might be thinking, well, why do I need to learn about stuff that's gone on in the past and things that are going to happen in the future? Because our past dictates where we are today, and what we do now dictates where we're going to be in the future. So if you can examine what you've done in the past, good or bad, in different ideas of life, you can perhaps become a better person in different areas of your life that are important to you, and pass it on to your family, to children. And just looking and analyzing about who you are and what you've done and how you've become the person you are can be very, very helpful. But I'm going to warn you, it really is quite a deep coaching exercise. It gets you thinking deeply. Now, that might be tricky for some of you. I'm not saying that any of you are shallow, but it definitely got me thinking, okay, yeah, all right. I'd gone to places where I'd never actually thought I'd have to go back. That's not saying it's bad. It was actually a very, very worthwhile exercise. I think it's brilliant, and that's why I'm recommending it to you and bringing it into part of this program. But just be aware, it does really get you thinking. It's going to need some time, but you're going to come up with some profound insights and outcomes about yourself, and you might even be shocked. But it's really going to get down to the nitty-gritty of your personality, who you are, who you've been in the past, and potentially improving how you can be in the future. It's going to need you to get your pen and paper out, okay? Long form writing exercise, and it needs a bit of time. This is not something you can just whip in and go and do 10 or 15 minutes. I would suggest you break it down into 20-minute sections, but it is a paid product. This is not something that we can do. It's actually going to cost you $30, but it really is money well spent. When I was introduced to this a while back, I was like, oh, really, $30? I'm already paying enough for this, and this. But I cannot recommend this product enough. $30, it's not going to break the bank. What's that, 25 quid, 20 quid in the UK? I really do recommend purchasing this product. But look, let's some of the benefits. I've talked about some overall benefits, but this is actually taken from Jordan Peterson's website around self-authoring. And he said that people that write about themselves long form and take some time to actually explore and do this in the writing exercise are actually happier, less anxious and depressed, and physically healthier. They become more productive, persistent, and engaged in life. This is because thinking about where you came from, who you are, and where you are going helps you chart a simpler and more rewarding path through life. Now, that is absolutely true. I cannot disagree with a single word there. So if you think about it, if that resonates with you, this is definitely an exercise, a coaching exercise that's worth trying, and I fully recommend it. It's going to need a few revisits multiple times. I went back to it about 4 or 5 times, maybe 20, 30 minutes at a time. The great thing is you can fill different things in and stop it and save your progress. You don't have to start all over again. It's done online, some writing involved as well, but it's worth revisiting a few times. You are likely to sit down and do 3 or 4 hours work. So, don't stress about the time. It takes a couple of weeks, even a month. Doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong answer, but it's definitely worth revisiting and going back over this. That's where you want to go to, www.selfauthoring.com, pay you $30, pick up the program. And it's not an easy exercise. I'm going to be completely honest. It's going to need a few visits, but is 100% worth the effort. I wouldn't recommend this to you guys unless I honestly believed that you could find great value from it. And just so that you know, and I'm sure you know this, there's no financial gain in this for me recommending this to you. $30 goes straight into Jordan Peterson's pocket, so there's not a commission for me recommending this to you. I'm sure you know that, but I just wanted to clear that up. So yeah, 100% worth the effort. So action steps, short module today. Buy the product, selfauthoring.com, and just simply start. As I mentioned before, do it in 20-minute blocks. There's no right or wrong answer. You're just going to put down exactly what you think, what you feel. Your answers are going to be personal to you. And it's as simple as that. And, growth equals happiness. A lot of these modules that we've done throughout the 6-month program have taken quite a few out of your comfort zone. And that's exactly what we've meant to have done. Some of you have found some of them quite uncomfortable. Some of you have really got stuck into it and taken everything bull by the horns and gone to it. Some of you have been pushed, to their limit. But here's what happens. You only grow when you get taken out of your comfort zone. It's a bit of a cliche, but you've heard it so many times before, but it's true. You only grow when you get taken out of your comfort zone. And when you come out of your comfort zone, that equals growth, and growth will equal happiness. So there we are, guys. Go and get the product, Jordan Peterson, selfauthoring.com, pay you $30, and get some great answers about where you've been, where you are now, and where you're going. I will see you on the next module.